Okay, I'm a 6 years old to this, right? Okay, you talking to a 6 years old.
Okay.
What is e-commerce?
Everything else in your life is better when you're healthy. Because I just felt like I couldn't be myself at school for some weird reason.
Yeah. What do you think about social media?
Oh God.
The issue we're facing now is the gap between the collective consciousness and how advanced technology has become. Joe Rogan.
Sure.
Yeah, I picked Joe Rogan.
Okay, so you
over Elon
compromise a
Musk.
bit. I've seen glimpses of your masculine,
Yeah,
but you can work on it.
yeah, with it right now. Tell me something about my emotional health, my relationship, and she was like, I'm very disappointed that you are my daughter and you don't have an ass.
If a man is building and he meets the perfect woman along that path, then in theory, she'll help.
Yeah. So where are you at now? Playboy, fuckboy?
I'm looking for a wife.
Wow, that's new.
Well, I'm 30.
Ed Hodge is looking for a wife. Hello, Ed.
Hello, Coco.
Shall we do some breathing together?
Yes, let's do it.
Yeah. So we've got peppermint
Okay.
for yang.
Thank you.
And we're going to mix that with some lavender.
Ooh, very calming.
Yeah. 3 deep breathing.
We have the same bracelet.
Oh yeah.
It's cute. All right.
The kind man gave it to us. Right.
It's a good combo.
Isn't
Peppermint.
it?
It's peppermint.
Yeah. And lavender.
Peppermint's very energizing.
And lavender is very calming.
Yeah.
Yin and yang.
Yin and yang. Beautiful.
Harmony. It's been a long day, to be honest. My brain is fried at this point. So if I sound silly or like ask silly questions, just
Tell you.
as you always do. But Ed is a dear friend.
Sorry?
Ed is a dear friend.
Yes.
So, okay, so I never met anybody who talked to me on Instagram.
Right.
As in, like, a guy messaged you on Instagram and then you meet in person. I'm not gonna lie, because I didn't know who you were. I went to your profile and I saw your co-founder of My High. Click on that, saw Joe Rogan followed. It's like, okay, because Joe Rogan is my crush. So if my crush is following something, I'm definitely gonna interact. But then we get to meet, and we've been developing a very solid friendship lately. Ed, you want to tell us a little bit about you? Where are you from?
Yes, I'm from England, but I moved to Australia when I was 13. Now I'm in Bali. And as you said, my business was selling saunas.
Tell me about My High. It's fascinating.
Yeah. It originated, me and my friend were hugely into wellness and still are. And used to go into saunas a lot and thought about, would love to have one of these in my own home. But it's quite difficult to get, when you're traveling a lot, to get an entire sauna into your home.
Yeah.
So discovered that there were blanket versions of saunas, and we thought that saunas were going to get a lot more popular and launched a sauna blanket brand.
And it's a traditional, like, Swedish sauna, or is it infrared? What's the difference?
So it uses infrared heat as opposed to regular heat. That's the basic difference. Right. But you felt the difference when we've gone in the sauna, right? Different experience. Yeah.
I feel like with infrared, the first 5 minutes, you're like, what am I doing here? This is chilling.
You're chilling.
So
it's
easy.
very
I'm
relaxing.
not gonna sweat.
Yeah.
It's so relaxed.
It's like a warm room.
Almost there's no heat. And then 7 minutes into it. And then 20 minutes into it. And then 40 minutes into it. It's so intense, but it's not intense.
Yeah.
And I feel like it coming from a much deeper layer in your body and you're sweating like nothing else.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's have a very calming effect to my nervous system as well. And I think that what I appreciate about infrared. Because in the other one, it gets your head.
Yeah.
And
The other one's very intense, very quickly.
Like surfacey level.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how long it took you to like come up with this concept with your mate?
Only a couple of months, really. The good thing about the world these days is that you can find a manufacturer for most things. So we found a manufacturer, worked on some designs, and we're able to get going.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you actually have to design the blanket with the manufacturer.
You can make some modifications and things like that, but yeah.
Was there something like that on the market at the time?
There was one competitor in America.
Right.
Yeah, but they were very female beauty orientated. And so we were able to go and we went more down the athlete avenue. Yeah.
Tell me about that.
We just saunas are loved by a lot of different people.
Yeah.
You know, you've got athletes, you've got regular people that just like to de-stress and get some sweat off. People that want to sleep better, biohackers. So lots of different corners of the market. And yeah, we did some collaborations with some sports teams like the UFC, some rugby teams, and kind of worked from there.
They be used by athletes and promoted. That's the clever way to marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what was one of the challenges? What was the most difficult thing when you did this project? I mean, bear in mind, this is during COVID.
Yeah.
That's
that
insane.
worked in our favor, actually.
Wow.
People were staying at home. They wanted an at-home sauna.
Yeah.
But there were a lot of increased costs during COVID as well.
Shipping, manufacturing, yeah.
We had to run through one of the biggest shipping crises in the world where container costs, went up 500%, stuff like that. But to keep it not too business detailed, biggest learning points and challenges were really around team building. When you're in business, you have to know about finance, you have to know about team, you have to know about marketing, you have to know about like everything. So making sure we were doing everything appropriately to a high standard.
And this were just you and your mate initially.
But then we built a team.
How big was the team?
We had about 6 people.
Yeah.
So it was quite a lean operation.
That's very lean.
Yeah. But you can when you're in e-commerce.
Okay, I'm a 6 years old to this, right? Okay, you're talking to a 6 years old.
Okay.
What is e-commerce?
E-commerce is the same as any other business selling a product like a microphone or clothes or essential oils, but you buy it on the internet.
So the only difference with a conventional product is like distribution channel.
Yeah.
Which is how many % online?
98%.
Right.
Yeah. Have you ever bought anything online? I know how anti-technology you are. I've seen you use your phone. Do you know how to buy online?
I didn't even know how to put it on silent because, I just got a new iPhone 15 and it just got a few different buttons.
You don't even know how to use Apple Pay?
You show me. Yeah, I mean.
Or what Google Docs is.
I just got a new laptop as well.
It's okay.
But that's for another conversation. I just don't want to be like...
It's all right. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Just embrace your wild, feminine, and
I like to sit in the jungle.
Live in the jungle.
Yeah. And on the beach. Anyway, that's another conversation. So how long were you involved with My High?
About 2.5 years, and then another year integrating with the new owners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what drew you into like wellness?
I was just in my 20s. I just got more and more interested about becoming the best version of me. And part of that was health.
Yeah.
And then you start to realize how good you feel when you're healthy and how everything else in your life is better when you're healthy. Both in terms of, if you're fit, you look good, you feel good. It's just...
Was girls the primary drive?
That's also another conversation in itself, but I think girls are the primary drive behind
like almost everything.
That's
masculine drive.
That is one of the most primal natural drives that we have. So yes.
Imagine the world there's no women. Like, what you guys gonna do? Do you have to win all the sports and like? Think about that. What do you think?
I have no idea. I think.
What do you think that it's gonna look like? There's no women, just men.
It would be a lot messier. That's for sure. There'd be a lot more chaos.
Yeah.
I think it almost would be barbaric. Although even that's done, fighting is also done to prove yourself to a woman. So there's got to be some books on that. I may get back to you in the next podcast.
Just
once I've
fascinated about what
I do not know.
I asked some my guy friend, and somebody said like men start raping each other, and I'm like, that's very chaotic.
Yeah,
but that probably can happen though.
If there's no women, are we adding the clause in that we still have like sexual urges?
Yeah, you still have for sure.
So we still have.
I think so.
We're still sexual beings, but there's no women around.
Yeah, then you just.
Ugh.
Okay, that's.
Thanks for that question.
Is there an experience on individuals that has like significant impact on the journey to like really committing to health and wellness and wanting to be the better version of yourself?
Honestly, no. A lot of people might come up with, some critical point in their life where there's big story about it, but I think some people are just wired that way. Some people aren't. So some people are wired to want to drink a lot and live in a big urban city and drink every Friday and Saturday, and that's fine. But I just found myself, being gravitated towards healthy things and happy that way.
Were you closest to your mom or your dad? What was your childhood like?
Childhood was amazing up until I moved to Australia.
At the age of 13?
Correct, yeah. In England, I was just at a really good school, really good friends, really happy. Australia at 13 is quite like a critical age, and I didn't really get on well with anyone at school, which was bizarre because I got on well with everyone back in England. And I was super depressed because of it. I just wanted to go back. I felt like my teenage years were ripped away from me.
Yeah. Did you concern that? Like, do you voice that concern to your parents?
Yeah, they knew.
You just want to be in England.
They knew, but it brought a lot of stress on the family.
Yeah.
So there wasn't, the communication wasn't great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was quite challenging, but looking back on that now, I'm grateful for it because it pushed me to want to have a better life, better mindset, healthier mind than I had during those years.
You mentioned depression. How long was that going on for?
13 through to when I left school. So 17 and 3/4. And then when I finally got out, I was like, because I just felt like I couldn't be myself at school for some weird reason. It just happened that way. But I knew that myself was in there and I was ready to be Ed again. But yeah, for some reason, just as soon as I got out, I was like, all right, new chapter, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I resonate a lot with that, to be honest.
And there was a ton of excitement. Like, I still had a ton of work to do to get out of it, and people struggle with these things throughout their whole life, and I've struggled with it since then as well. But also was just, was excited for that new chapter.
I definitely had high functioning depression throughout all my school years. For some reason, I always, even though I kind of excel academically, I was, because it tied your Asian parents. But I remember I cried every single day when I had to go to kindergarten for like 2 years straight. Like straight away from kindergarten. I'm like, this place is not for me.
Yeah.
I would cry every day.
I cried.
Protest.
I did that too. But I was like 14. Yeah. I was like, I shouldn't be doing this at 14. I should be.
Yeah. It's just like some part in you were killed.
It was, generally. It was also 2007, which was the year Facebook came out. So before that, I would call my friends on my mum's phone and we would go to the forest after school and build huts and stuff. But when I was in Australia, I started becoming Facebook friends with all of my old friends from England, and I was watching their teenage years
through the screen,
through Facebook. and seeing everything they did. So every single day I was being reminded of it, instead of, if I didn't have that, then it's harder to.
Do you think it's because you miss your friend in England?
What was
like just, being away in Australia since such an early age, like the depression, was it because you missed your friends and you missed the environment and you missed England?
I thought I had a better life there.
Talking about screen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do you think about social media?
Oh God. I don't think my thoughts are complex enough to do it justice on this, because it's so complicated what it's done to civilization. But I think it is one of the most addictive things in the world, and people don't know what happens to our brains when we become addicted. It's not studied enough, and it's not wide enough knowledge. And I think that pretty much it has made a large percentage of the population on their way to being like some kind of placid,
robotic,
brain dead kind of people. And yeah, I'm kind of scared that the kind of creativity that led to some of the most beautiful art and architecture
and beautiful ventures like yours,
yeah,
but also can hold.
So I don't know, if people can use it wisely and not let themselves fall into the trap of being addicted, and it can be really powerful. But I think we just need to really connect back to authentic human connection a lot as well. And yeah, it's dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, would you say that it's like a knife? It's like a pill, medicine. It's not about the thing, it's your relationship with the thing that determines the quality of the experience.
Definitely.
And I also personally believe that the issue we're facing now is the gap between the collective consciousness and how advanced technology has become. So the problem is the gap. There's too much focus and investment and growth and development in the technology, and we barely can sit for 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
In stillness.
Yeah.
So
because of technology, and
also how society has so many ways to condition us to belittle so-called like the feminine and the yin and the softness, right? Like all of that, the introspection, the reflection, because doing and performance and accomplishment is being seen as superior.
Yeah. It's
just
worrying.
open a womb can right now.
Yeah, and like you say, it's about how you use it, right?
There's a relationship to it, yeah.
But we forget that, a vast proportion of the population isn't that great at controlling how they use it, and they have to be guided and helped. And it's just, I think it makes it harder for a lot of people, but at the same time makes it easier in terms of it's created a ton of business and things like that. So
yeah,
I think, as you said, if we can have more education about consciousness around technology, that would be great. But that doesn't fit the business model.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I read a quote somewhere saying like one of these big hedge fund asking if finding cure for disease is a sustainable business model.
Yeah.
Because you got to have an issue to fix, right? I mean, it's just
you could go on many segues with how incentivization doesn't actually work for the greater good of populations. You look at hotels, their business model is filling beds. In countries like America, where hospitals are privately run, like what's their business model? Also filling beds. So and then technology companies, what's their business model? Attention on screen.
Yeah.
So in a world where profits and business models are incentivized around non-optimal human behavior, then we're kind of screwed.
Yeah, I think there was an article about Netflix, one of these Netflix co-founder, basically saying that their business is to compete with sleep.
Oh my God.
You can look it up, but I'm not
Take me
making
to the
this
jungle.
up. This is wow. Speaking of which, I would say sleep is the bloody number one thing on my list right now when it comes to all protocol health and wellness. It's actually start with the night before sleeping. But what your thoughts on that?
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
I mean, yeah, if you eat shit for a day, all right, you know how to feel. If you miss out a workout, right, and you drink a bit less water, but if you have a shitty sleep, the whole next day is ruined. That's what I find.
Yeah, and we've talked about this, right?
Yeah.
You know, if we've had days where we've worked out super hard, been in a lot of sunlight, ate really good food, really kind of exhausted through exercise, and then watched the sunset, ate dinner relatively early, you just get, oh my God, such a good sleep.
And then you have an amazing sleep, and then that give you all the energy to do all the great thing again tomorrow. Like it's
feels so good.
It's all interconnected.
I love it.
Do you have like a morning routine?
Not really.
What do you think about that?
I think it could be useful.
Yeah.
It depends on your personality. People always talk about, you must have this, you must have that. Well, everyone's different.
Anybody who say must and you should.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah. Just
people like to preach. But whatever works for you to give you the best day possible. But I think there are some things that you shouldn't do. Like go check Instagram first thing.
I'm first in the morning, which I'm guilty myself sometimes.
Well, you don't even know what airplane mode is on your phone. So if you just keep your phone on airplane mode for a bit.
Yeah.
So you can't check anything and go outside, like the science around going outside and in the morning, setting your circadian rhythm like that can't be disputed. That's gold.
Yeah.
Apart from that, I drink some water, have coffee.
Yeah. Black. Yeah.
And get to work. Yeah.
So you do the most difficult thing first thing in the morning? The mental thing, like work or physical, or it depends on the day?
Depends on the day.
Right.
It depends on the day.
Yeah.
But everyone has different times of flow state, right? Some people get into flow in the evening. Some people flow in the morning.
What are you?
Morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100% morning. Morning person.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the big reason I broke up with my ex-boyfriend.
Really?
Because we just like night out and early bird. We never meet anywhere.
Yeah.
So
that's
I think it's the little things that really matters for longevity in a relationship.
So you wouldn't go out with someone that was a night owl?
I mean, of course there are interesting people, but I don't think I can sustain a relationship with one.
What if he was the one?
So you saying that I would be with somebody who go to bed at 2, 3 a.m. almost every night and get his work done, then we're never going to be sleeping in the same bed. We're practically single for half of the day throughout the relationship.
People forget there's a lot of...
And then he's probably going to sleep until 10.
Yeah.
So then I don't have him for the whole morning. There's no morning routine. There's no getting to the gym together.
Yeah.
Go for a run, having coffee together.
These little things are very important.
I literally lose the morning and the evening. So what I have the afternoon. This is 1/3 relationship.
Yeah. There's many, many, many reasons that relationships don't work out. Yeah.
But then if he was Elon Musk, I don't know. I probably had to compromise.
Why? You got the hots for Elon Musk?
No, Joe Rogan. Sure. Yeah, I picked Joe Rogan.
Okay, so you compromise
if it was
Elon
Joe
Musk
Rogan,
or Joe Rogan,
I would choose Joe Rogan.
Yeah, okay.
Over Elon Musk any day.
Yeah.
Public statement.
What in particular do you like about Joe Rogan?
He's a human in its full sense.
What's the most attractive thing about him?
He's funny. I quite like guys with no hair, to be honest. Yeah. He's just a very natural person. He never force anything. He's very kind. He's in touch with his emotion, but very masculine. You would see him cry sometimes on podcast, but it's a little tears, and he's so present with his emotion. Instead of there's some people on this podcast space that just literally looking fully masculine but will cry every other episode. Yeah, and I find that pretty annoying.
Agreed.
The ability to hold different opinions and seemingly conflicting ideas and be the bridge of knowledge.
Yeah, important.
And expansion. Yeah. Rather than I'm trying to get to an answer.
People that think they're right all the time or are not able to sit with a conflicting opinion. Yeah. Yeah. We got sidetracked to talking about.
Yeah, I know. I can go on for hours, but
your crush on Joe Rogan.
I'm just, oh my God. I just love Joe Rogan. What can I say? All right, moving on. Right. Okay.
Focus. Go.
Focus. Yeah. Are there any struggles from childhood that you're still struggling with?
Yeah, relationship with parents would be one that you continually try to work on. I guess, yeah, when I was a teenager, not being yourself throughout your most formative years definitely has some impact. Imagine if you were not able to fully express yourself from the age of 13 to 18. It's got to do something. Yeah. So I guess I probably had some issues because of that. But I've never gone to see, everyone's obsessed with trauma these days. I haven't seen anyone about it. I've done a lot of work internally. I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm pretty happy with how I'm progressing. So maybe I should, for an exercise, go and see one of these people.
One of these people?
That talk about your childhood and unpack if you've got any.
By these people, you mean like a therapist?
Yeah.
One of these people. I think you just breathe for now. All right, it's fine. It's.
You think I'm good?
I think you're pretty healthy.
Yeah.
You're very from the limited time that I get to know you. You're very curious. You get curious with yourself and with others. You want to learn. So that's it. That's really the main thing, to be honest. Because it can look in different ways, but as long as you have that, it's just going to lead you to the right path.
Okay.
Yeah. And how do you think the challenging relationship with your parents impact on your dating, like personal relationship?
So it's just made me want to have, a perfect relationship. So I want to, let's say things were challenging growing up. I don't want that to happen again with my children.
Yeah.
Or, my future wife. So
you say the shadow of that is that you become extra critical?
Potentially, but I think that's a good thing. Yeah. Like, I think that a lot of people unconsciously jump into relationships and they don't actually think exactly what they want and be intentional about it. And they might regret that later on. And I think if more people from the masculine, well, actually, and feminine as well, if more people were more intentional about it, thought exactly what they want, and maybe, they might have to work a little bit to find that out and try a few things. But yeah, I think being intentional about it will get me the family that I would like.
Is that something you want?
Yeah.
Do you want a family?
Definitely. Yeah.
How many babies do you have?
3 babies.
3 babies.
2 boys and a girl.
Right.
Mm.
Any particular type of women that you into?
Yeah. So it's just very similar values to myself.
Which are?
How long have you got?
Just boom, boom, boom. Key points, so that all my beautiful feminine audience out there can reach out and.
Health would be number 1. So it's the health of both of us will contribute towards the health of our family. And you, like you said, if you're with a person that is a night owl and you're an early morning person, you're not gonna work together. Similar if I'm with someone that likes to booze a lot, it's not really gonna work.
80-20, I think.
Yeah.
I honestly when I get into my oh my god, becomes just, I need somebody to be like, hey babe, it's Saturday, chill, have a glass of red wine, and no, just sprinkle a little bit so I can relax, and vice versa. I think that's very important.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And then very in touch with the feminine. I think that the feminist movement has gone a little bit too far in terms of making women masculine, and doesn't work well. The masculine and feminine need to really sync with each other. So that's very important. Someone that understands that.
Yeah.
And then intelligence, very important. I'd like to be able to learn from my partner and vice versa. Someone that, I am very proud of and things like that. Adventurous. I want to go on some crazy adventures around the world and not be someone that's just happy to sit there and not do much. There's a lot of life to be lived. Very much into nature. Yeah. Nature's very important. So someone that would come and sit on a deserted island with me for 7 days.
Like a very active goddess.
An active goddess would be nice. Yeah.
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 An athletic angel.
Athletic angel. Correct.
I think I did a reel on that.
Really?
Go check out my reels. Yeah. And how's your dating life so far? Are you single?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And how's dating in Bali for you?
It's been great, to be honest. I think as I've become more of who I want to be in the past couple of years, I've started to meet the kind of women I want to meet, which is, as I just mentioned. So yeah, that's really nice.
Okay, I need to move my mic closer. Will you cut that out, please? And I think we had this conversation before, but I'm fascinated. What is you mentioned about fuckboy versus playboy. Let's talk about this, guys.
Yeah. Yes.
So what is the difference? First of all, what do you think is a fuckboy in your definition?
Well, I'll explain the difference first,
right.
I think. So I think the difference can be summed up by overall, a playboy would leave a woman feeling uplifted, enjoyed their experience together, and they will look back on it with fond memories as an adventure,
healthy,
a good time, healthy, but it wasn't something that lasted, right? This is, we're explaining a short-term relationship with the playboy. Whereas a fuckboy, the woman will look back on it and be like,
just lies, deceive,
dickhead,
asshole,
like a negative experience. That I think that is the difference.
So a playboy is basically a conscious fuckboy.
Kind of. I don't know, this fuckboy term. No, I don't think we should allow that. I think we should differentiate.
There's definitely fuckboys out there.
Oh, there are.
Yeah. So there should be a terms.
Yeah, fuckboy, playboy.
So you think that ideally all fuckboys should graduate
into
into the Playboy camp before.
They should go to the Playboy University and graduate. Yeah. Get
where
promotion.
Ed Hodge would be the principal.
Will I?
I don't know. Asking you.
I could be the principal.
Right.
Yeah.
So where are you at now? Playboy, fuckboy? Okay, no fuckboy, yeah. But
I'm looking for a wife.
Wow, that's new.
Well, I'm 30.
Ed Hodge is looking for a wife.
I've told you this before. I'm 30.
I thought you were joking, but okay. Please elaborate.
I'm 30. And if I want to have kids at 35, then you have to be,
Why 35?
It's just a target. Like
just so that you give you a plan, basically.
Yeah.
But there's not a specific reason.
It's a rough
idea.
35 to 38, something around there. You got to be married, for a year or something before you have a kid. So that's 34. And then you'd be engaged for like a year before that. So it's 33.
I love this whole traditional thing. Like, I love that.
And then you'd want to be in a relationship for at least 2 years.
Okay.
It's a long time. Time goes fast, Coco.
Procedure.
Yeah, I'm thinking about these things.
I also never think about it that way.
Yeah.
I think about...
It's because men are more logical.
Probably.
Women are like, my husband will come in shining armor next week.
I don't know, to be honest. I do think about this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm actually quite spoiled with option, let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
That the amount of time that I think about the person I need to be better is more than like, oh, I've got this 2 years window. I need to, it's never occurred to me. Like I've never been that person. Like all my friends are different. Even my little sister know for sure that, she wants kids. All my best friends are like, oh my God, I want to get married by this age. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like some people put a lot of time pressure on themselves and it ends up becoming a toxic goal. But I think having a general plan and timeline is fine.
I think I'm starting to think about now, to be honest, because we are not going to get into this conversation, but it's been a journey back to myself.
Yeah.
And me that you are seeing now and experiencing now is so different to me like 5 years ago. I was fully my masculine and I recovered. So definitely it changes of what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And I want to attract the right man from this place. So
yeah, I've seen you are very feminine these days.
You serious?
Yeah.
You're taking mick out of you.
No, I'm being serious. I've seen glimpses of your masculine.
Yeah.
But you can work on it.
Yeah, with the right man. Yeah. I honestly feel like when I'm in the presence of a truly authentic masculine man, I just have no choice but to fall back in my feminine. Yeah. Honestly, like to the guys out there,
it's pretty much the man's responsibility.
It's pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're the leader.
And if
you don't match
like
energy.
That, then tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I definitely been in a relationship before where, because I was living a mask, I'd be attracting what would be a complementary to that, and that wasn't authentic as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if like obviously you into feminine women, but you probably had experience when you dated like more masculine women.
Definitely.
How was some of that for you?
It was kind of fun because I made them more feminine.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's like a fun training exercise.
Is that like a certain like, is that a story or something?
No, I think just like the natural evolution of our time spent together was that they were able to fall more into, like you just said, when you're with the right man.
Yeah.
You fall more into your feminine.
Yeah.
And that happened. But before we started dating, they were in this world that we received so much feminist propaganda, if you will, and they're single and they have to fend for themselves. And so of course they're going to be like that. In the Western world.
Especially in the Western world.
Yeah. Like you can't blame them because it's just the environment that they're in. But then when they do meet the right guy and the right guy does the right thing, then they fall into a lovely, beautiful, feminine space.
Yeah. I was so struck with, I love James Brown music. and I think it was People Get Up and Get Funky or something, one of these songs.
Right.
And there was, till the very end of the song, there was this lyric, and it takes a man to make a woman, and it takes a woman to make a man again, or something.
To make a man again.
Like to make a man again.
Right. Okay.
Like he forgot he was a man until he's like.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
I think men need to spend a lot of time with other men, though.
Elaborate. Very important. Because my next question was going to be, if you are a truly masculine man, how do you spot another authentic masculine man in the tribe?
Well, you kind of tell, right?
In what way?
You look at them. You know, you can tell a lot about people just by looking at them and how they act.
Yeah.
If you have good intuition, you can just look at their body language, how they look physically. You can see if they're healthy or not. You can see if they're confident or not. You can see if they're calm in their own skin or not. And then who naturally leads, there's so many different elements that you can spot straight away. You know, if someone gets stressed easily, then no. If someone is kind of...
So someone who can master his emotions.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. That's huge. And the ability to go back to baseline.
Yeah.
I think that's so important. Because obviously, if a man never shown emotion and just like stoic, and I feel like that's just constipation, right?
Exactly.
But it's the range.
Yeah. Yeah.
And containment.
So sometimes you might have to raise your voice or do something or get angry or call someone out or actually, you know, react to something to put things right. But if you stay in a stressed or angry space after that, then really the other person's kind of won.
Emotional maturity is seriously, and to get to that point, a man needs to have self-awareness. Yep. Like a man or woman, but I think what I'm looking for in men, that has become like the number one thing. Because obviously, if you don't have self-awareness, like I don't care if you the richest man in the room, if you accomplish like none of that matter. The looks, the money, the power. You have no self-awareness. It's like two different worlds. We're not even speaking the same language. So that has become my number one priority.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
When you meet someone with self-awareness, it's so good.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Like with women as well. It's, you know, the same applies to female things. Like, you know, a woman might not realize how nagging she is or something, right? Or she might not realize just bad habits or things like that that can be very, very annoying, and
damaging the relationship like in compound.
Exact same for a man. You know, a man might not have the self-awareness that he is not looking after her emotionally enough, and he thinks that he is, but he's actually not.
So I think that's just a reflection of where he's at with his own emotion. Because if he can't be empathetic if he's not feeling his, you know, he doesn't know how it feels when he's down or he's sad or he's hurt, then obviously there's nothing to relate to.
Well, I mean,
he wouldn't know how it feels.
If you don't have good understanding of your own emotion, you're probably not going to have good understanding of anyone else's emotion. Yeah. So definitely you want to understand yourself first in order to understand others. Yeah.
What's the number one red flag in a woman?
Number one red flag in a woman. Oh. I don't know off the top of my head, but I probably would say something along the lines of entitlement and like ego problems. Yeah.
Do you think it's because you surround with like beautiful women and like Instagram models and that's just your world?
No. I think it's a function of the last 20 years media has been praising women and shutting down men.
In a very toxic way.
In a very toxic way.
It's not actually celebrating women.
It's not.
It's celebrating woman trauma.
Yeah.
project it through certain masculine trait that now she pick up and try to have a war with men.
Women can do absolutely anything men can do. Women can do this too. Boss girl this, boss girl that. You're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. Even though you're overweight, you're incredibly beautiful. And then, of course, we have an ego issue where they think they're God's gift to the world when they actually do not have much value that they provide. So that collective ego issue is a result of the propaganda.
It's the money machine behind.
The money machine.
Because if you eat more processing food,
yeah,
right, and you now just sit at home and order delivery, then we have fat people to sell sexy underwear to. And now that's a new trend.
Well, yeah.
I'm sorry. I mean, this is probably going to be... there's probably going to be people who's like going to throw tomatoes at this conversation. But that is the truth. You know when you're at your best, and you know when you need to fucking move your ass and get to the gym and get to the better shape in your life. You know when you breathe better and you sleep better when you actually exercise. So there's no excuse for that.
Maybe you can talk a little bit about, just briefly, how you think that getting in shape has changed your life, specifically the arse. Talk about the arse revolution.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, there's just so much to talk about it, but long story short, my ass literally saved my life. My ass literally saved my life. My booty, my bunda. I had a crisis in 2019. It was one of my rock bottom in my life. And I was very skinny. I was 44 kilograms. I was addicted to running. This feminist, angry energy. And I broke up with ex-boyfriend and quit the company. And my mum was the first one who told me throughout all of that. Like, I reckon she would come and like tell me something about my emotional health, my relationship. And she was like, I'm very disappointed that you are my daughter and you don't have an ass. That's my mum, yo.
What a mum.
Yeah, because I don't know, but she's apparently she's fully Vietnamese, but she's got Latina figure. She's like beautiful. And just, you know. And then I started to travel. And then I remember this is Super Bowl, I think probably 2008. No, 2000 something. The J-Lo and Shakira halftime Super Bowl. I was in my deep depression. I think I got locked out in the middle of lockdown in Istanbul. Day and night were just one thing. And that moment when I watched halftime Super Bowl, when these two goddesses shine on stage and they're 50, and that clicks, and I matched, like I somehow channel my mom's energy, my female ancestor energy, and Shakira and J-Lo, and they just all one big family who told me to go to the gym and work on my ass. And that was the only thing tangible and controllable and practical that I can hold on to actually not kill myself. I literally went through like suicidal attempts.
Wow.
It was a very dark time for me because I just didn't see any, my health was shit, just, loss of direction and just an ego death in so many ways. And what else can I do if I only have me, J-Lo and Shakira on the screen and the gym open at the complex I was living? It was total lockdown. So there's nothing else you can do but work on yourself. So that's the day when I started to starting to do some squat and deadlift and just paying attention, trying to eat different. And these suicidal thoughts subside. Yeah. And I'm going to do a whole episode about this, how my ass saved my life, literally. But I think what I'm trying to tell women is, especially people that are going through depression, anxiety, or just in a very low point in their life, there may be many reasons from the outset, but the main reason is because you are disconnected with yourself. And the best way to reconnect is through your body. And this is also, after that, I did my psychotherapy and counseling study at Regent University, and then went to Mexico, and then still went deep to the jungle and do more feminine embodiment practices, and then start to marry the two. Because the conventional psychotherapy is using the mind to cure the mind, which is actually wrong. I don't believe that.
Yeah.
I believe the right pathway is through the body.
And it's funny, you know, in order to kickstart that whole journey of a healthy mind, you did it by healthy body.
By healthy body.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be like crazy 10 habits. I want to change them today. Yeah. Pick an ass. I want to have like more lean arms. Just pick something. Yeah. Just pick something that is totally yours. You have absolute control over it. And organic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep. If there's nothing else you can hold on to your body.
Yeah.
And then that will literally shift everything else.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah. But about ass. So about ass and boobs, what camp are you in?
Ass.
Why's that?
Well, boobs are given to you.
Right.
You don't have to work for them.
Mm.
So I think if I'm going to set, I mean, they're obviously both very beautiful.
Yeah.
I love them both dearly. But you have to build your ass. You know, some people might be gifted with a nice one, but yeah, so I think it just flows over into other elements of a woman. And it kickstarts that whole mental health thing, right?
So you say, I mean, this is something I also think about. Because ass is 50% muscle and 50% fat. So literally everybody can transform their ass.
Yeah. Everyone.
And that's why it has a lot of respect.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, boob is like Messi, the football player.
Boobs are like Messi.
Yeah, the way that he plays and
right.
the gift that he had. And then Cristiano Ronaldo is like the ass.
Okay.
I don't know. That's
So one is completely natural and one has been built and crafted over many years.
Not natural, but you can see that Messi just gifted, just natural flow.
Natural
like,
gift.
you know, he's also like drink beers, eat pizza. Like he's not very disciplined, to be honest. Cristiano Ronaldo is like pure hard work and discipline and like anyway, that's just I don't know why I came up with that.
I like that. It's good.
But ass, yeah. Good to know.
Mm-hmm.
So the song is People Get Up and Drive Your Funky, James Brown. And the line is, it takes a man to fight a woman. And it takes a woman to fight what a man used to be.
Okay. Remember that song we heard the other day?
What was that?
When You're in Love with a Beautiful Woman.
Oh yeah, I think you
yeah. And the lyrics.
It's hilarious. Yeah. Do you feel like that when you date a beautiful woman?
Yeah, it's true. The lyrics are like, everybody wants her, everybody knows her, everybody something. But yeah, when you date a good-looking girl, like men are just relentless.
It's challenging being the woman as well. I'm telling you that.
Yeah, I would hate it.
It's like, I'm single because everybody thinks that I'm not single.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be awful getting all these zoo animals.
Win Changu is a zoo.
Approaching every single day. And they're all, I've seen their chat and it's also annoying. And anyway.
Yeah, I just try to come with it with grace now. And it's like an opportunity
it is the price of beauty,
refine
Coco.
my communication skills.
It is the price of beauty.
And I'll just say no gracefully.
Yeah. Everything comes with a cost.
Yeah. Yeah, I literally Google, am I going to be single forever?
I am?
Yeah.
What did Google say?
Varied.
Very answered. It didn't give you the answer you were looking for?
Yeah, not really.
Okay.
No. Do you think you're deep down, are you like a lover boy?
What's a lover
or
boy?
Like, well, you're a very professional playboy, right? But like deep down, well, you say that's where you're at right now.
Okay. All right, that's your definition. Okay.
Well, you literally said you can be principal for the Playboy University. So I don't know if there's any better definition.
I agreed to it when you suggested me for the position.
So it's all power then.
Anyway, so what's a lover boy?
Just needing a lot of love.
Wanting
a lot of love.
From a woman.
From women, yeah.
No? I'm pretty happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
When was the last time you were like single and not dating, not even going on a single date? And just like, I just want to be me and be with myself.
I probably did a couple of months last year.
Mm.
Yeah.
Do you feel good?
Yeah, it's great.
Was it because you got busy with other things, or was it you intentional about?
Yeah, a bit of both.
Celibate? Like no
most,
sex or no?
Wow.
What do you mean for the most part? There's no for the most part. It's either yes or no.
I think I went a month.
Okay.
But I think men, it's really important to not, you can get distracted very easily by the feminine allure. And as men, we need to build things. And
especially the variety of them.
No, I think honestly, one could be more distracting than a variety, because you have strong feelings and, you end up thinking about them all day and spending all day with them, and time just, and sometimes men need to build stuff. And if you're losing track of the days because you're just enjoying the presence of this woman that you met, then unfortunately the stuff you need to build might not get built.
Yeah.
But
I think it's so important as well, if you're dating someone or getting to know someone, to communicate your vision.
Yeah.
Because with the right woman, she'll know how to pace things out. She'll know how to build a good routines, or
definitely.
I think communication is just so important.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And in theory, if you are the right fit for each other, if a man is building and he meets the perfect woman along that path, then in theory, she'll help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, in theory, that means you never have an experience someone like that.
No, like not in theory. If he meets the right woman, you still have to work on it, but theoretically, yes.
But you say theoretically because you actually never have hands-on experience with a woman like that.
I've never really combined the two phases, no. Yeah. I may do in the future.
Right. So you never had date someone while you're building something and then have her energy also complementing on the whole experience.
Yeah. But my friends have, and it's been amazing for them. Yeah.
And so for all the women out there, what would be the best thing about dating Ed Hodge?
Oh.
If you have to pick one thing.
It will be a never-ending fun adventure.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
And what would be the worst thing?
The worst thing about dating me? My attention to detail and my pedanticness.
So you can be quite cynical?
As you saying that. Cynical is unrelated to pedantic and attention to detail. That's a completely different definition. But yes, I am cynical. No, I just I'll call them out on things.
Yeah.
They won't get away with things. Yeah.
In a loving, constructive way.
in a beautiful way that speaks in their language, not like in a logical, masculine way. Like, you have to be able to communicate to people in a way that they want to be communicated to. So they'll love it. Yeah.
And I think I asked you this question before, but I've asked if you've ever been an anxious lover in any of your relationship, or are you more avoidant?
Probably avoidant.
Probably not healthy.
Well, I just
more avoidant.
I think when I'm fully all in, I won't be. Like,
and would you recall a relationship when you were fully all in?
no, I'm pretty happy to state that I've never really been in love. Yeah. So, but I'm pretty confident that when I am, there's not going to be any avoidant issues there. Yeah.
Do you think mainly it's because you just haven't met the right woman?
Yeah.
Or is it because some of the avoidant tendency from maybe your relationship with your primary caregivers that can, translate?
I think it's just not the right woman.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty confident that. Yeah.
He's very confident. I give you that. You're very confident.
Thank you. Yeah. So are you?
I have my up and down. Depend on the day.
Right.
Depend on the day. Yeah.
Cool.
And can you tell a authentic feminine woman from like a fake feminine woman? And what are some of those?
I mean, yes, but I think it might take a bit of time because some people are really good at masking it. Exact same with the man, fake masculine. I reckon, just off the top of my head, curious to see your thoughts. I reckon it's easier to fake authentic femininity than authentic masculinity.
Easier to fake feminine.
Yeah.
Than yeah.
Yeah.
I can feel it very easily with a feminine because you can look sexy, you can wear the nice everything outside. You can even do your voice, but it's an energy.
Yeah. I mean, you got to be able to read people's energy, but I think some of the masculine traits are more like immediately obvious.
Yeah.
You know?
Like you see those big gym bro.
Yeah. But you can tell they're faking it.
Yeah. Yeah. The fact that you
just need to see people in like a lot of different environments.
Yeah, you're taking 255 photos from one like gym movement just to get a right angle. Like
really good way to
tell
about someone is how they act under stress or when they've made a mistake or when something goes wrong. You know, if a man makes a mistake in front of a woman, how does he act? Does he stay calm?
Blame.
Well, yeah, does he blame someone else or does he apologize way too much and feel embarrassed and ashamed and just like the woman will just be like, bro, like, why are you still embarrassed? Like, get over it. You made a mistake. Own it like a man. Or, blame someone else or get angry. So, yeah, I think those unideal situations where you find out a lot about a man and a woman.
Absolutely.
Which is why every couple that is just starting dating should go on holiday together.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the best way to find out quickly if he is the one. He has potential and vice versa.
Yeah, you gotta live with somebody or work with somebody or like travel with somebody. That's how you learn the quickest.
Didn't you say you never lived with?
I never lived with any man. Yeah.
Gotta fix that.
It's hard.
Yeah, but it's important.
I know. This is probably one of my things I have to work on, to be honest. I find it very difficult to surrender to someone else's environment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though it's like nothing, but I just need to be just a sense of freedom of doing nothing.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I don't know how we with time.
It's already 1 hour, 3 minutes.
All right. Okay. I'm having at 5. Yeah.
Okay.
We started with health and wellness and we understand your journey and we talk about men and women, which we'll have the second round. Honestly, I feel like we just barely touch anything. I want to close with health and wellness.
Yeah.
So for a man to realize and step into his authentic masculine and for a woman to do the same thing, it starts with them embodying their own authentic health. Right. And that means consuming authentic substances or like the medicine of consciousness to choose things that are authentic. What are some of the things you like? Very simple daily things that we change our attitude or like the way that we use it. Like I can think on top of my head like oil, cooking oil.
Yeah.
Canola oil.
So
olive oil.
Get rid of anything processed. You pretty much got to get rid of all the bad stuff. And there's a lot of bad stuff.
I literally
strip everything down to the basics.
Yeah. Like whole real food.
Yeah.
It's not about vegan, veggie, like meat, fish. You can eat whatever you want. As long as it's not coming off on a package and the ingredient list is like less than 3.
Exactly.
And I can make these, remake this ingredient in the kitchen.
Get rid of anything processed.
Yeah.
And so that when you look at that, you'll be like, okay, shower gel that's got, 67 ingredients that I can't pronounce any of them.
Yeah.
Then you've got the shampoo. Then you've got toothpaste with all kinds of bad stuff in it, bad chemicals, which, that's another conversation in itself. The tap water with all kinds of bad stuff in it, get clean water. So like every single thing that you're intaking, make sure you're intaking the cleanest version of it.
Food, oil, water, sun cream, media consumption, friends.
Yeah, because it all adds up to your energy.
Yeah.
And then suddenly, and alcohol, I think also very important to strip away from it totally for like 75 days or something.
Yeah.
And then you can reintroduce it, one glass of wine here or there, like you said.
Yeah.
And then suddenly you find yourself in a super clear space where you've been eating healthy, no toxins, and your brain feels like amazing.
Completely different person.
And then you might go and do, some of these experiences like breath work stuff and things like that, and that euphoric high you feel after breath work. Those are the kind of states in which you can actually authentically connect with someone else. You might think that, when you both had 5 drinks and it's 11 p.m. that you're connecting with someone. But
it's a mental simulation.
But you're not.
It's not real. You're not.
you connect with someone when you're, your truest self because you're super healthy, and you might be in that, a glorified state. You might be seeing a sunset together, breathing together. Yeah, that's when you can.
Beautiful. Ed Hodge, relationship expert, which will come back for the second round. But I'm very honored to have met you.
Likewise.
And super grateful for us to always be able to hold each other from genuine care and curiosity.
Yeah.
And joy.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for being here with me today.
Really enjoyed it.